Hi there, welcome back to another Coffee with Coach. I'm Lucas Favali with Crunch head coach Joel Bouchard. We've got our Dunkin Coffee here, of course, as we chat about, well, Joel, we know the season, you're go. You've got all things hockey going on. Let's go to the summers, though. What do you like to do, once the season is done? How do you wind down, I guess?
I want to get down inside how I feel this summer. So I'm pretty lucky, I go back to Montreal where my family is. So my parents are still alive, so I try to enjoy sometimes with them, obviously. Yep. Always kind of do. And a few years back during COVID, they got a bit of a cottage on the water. So like family and friends and to come spend some time on the water. And I think those dinners are probably what's the most fun, when we get a chance to get dinner together. It's a different environment, obviously. So, you either get the barbecue going or something else, and then it just for good moments. And when friends from hockey are coming over, to Quebec or even just a little bit outside of Montreal, so it's not too far. So it's always fun to gather a bunch of people, and those evenings are just so much fun because everybody's chipping in for dinner, and we're talking and telling stories and laughing a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. I hear you also like to fish, too. Is that a summer thing?
Yeah, I like the deep sea fishing.
Okay.
I like to go down to Florida for deep sea fishing, obviously. I'm lucky there. I got a good friend that has a few boats. So every time I'm down there, I try to jump on with him and go. And back in the lake, I like to fish a little bit. I like to go with my paddle board, just a paddle board, and just kind of throwing. Pretty lucky. We're in a little bit of a bay. So a few bass last summer, and we're doing okay. Pike, yeah.
Nice. What's the when you're down, deep sea fishing? What's the biggest thing you've caught? What anything that sticks
white
out?
marlins.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the fish, it was pretty cool. The white marlins are pretty rare too, down in Florida. So that was probably the nicest fish I caught. I caught a pretty nice grouper actually. That was quite nice. And too many sharks. I know it looks like exciting, but when you cut the shark, like the first one is a thrill, but all of a sudden when the sharks are coming, you got to go, because that means that nobody else. And funny enough, one time I had a really nice fish, on, and a red snapper. And then just how we got to the boat, it just like snapped off the fish. Wow. And then I just cut the end, and I got it on video, so it's a good souvenir.
That's incredible. And fishing is such a test of patience too, right? Like you got to be willing to give it some time. I guess what's your approach with that patience and everything?
I'm not the patient.
Okay.
Fisher. So I go with my paddle board. I'll go for like an hour and a half, and then I'll come back, or and if I cut something, I cut. If not, I'll go back another time. When you go deep sea fishing, it's totally different. It's a big organization. Like, you need to get it done, and it's a lot of time to get set up. Then you start fishing. But when I got lucky. I got some good, got some dolphin, like 28 dolphin in 30 minutes one time, something like that. It was like, I was lucky. Jack is a fisherman back in Florida, and I call him Kevin and Jack, and he's good. He's actually born in Quebec, moved when he was 14-year-old to Florida, big hockey fan. We got to know each other, became friends, and he's teaching me and taught me a lot about deep sea fishing, which back home it's not popular, obviously, but it's been fun.
Yeah, very nice. I guess anything else we don't know, whether it's in season, out of season, anything we don't know about the man Joel Bouchard?
I'm a pretty open book, but I can tell you a story that not many people know. And when I tell the story, it's always the same. I was playing for the Nashville Predators.
Okay.
And I'm probably one of the only guy that turned down the opportunity to be on David Letterman for reading the top 10 list. And listen up, it's not because I was Joel Bouchard, but back in the day, David Letterman was really popular in New York. And he did a contest to go, somewhere in the United States for the best fan to do the late night show. And it turned out that Nashville won. But Nashville had some weather. They couldn't get there. It was difficult. So what he did is he flew Nashville to his studio for a special night. So I'm in vacation with my girlfriend at the time. And I get a call from the office saying, they want to do a top 10 list with hockey player. And they want a French, an English guy, and maybe, I think it was Jan Vopat, who was a Czech player. and they want us to read the top 10 list and read it in our own language, and kind of made a whole team of Nashville. And the Nashville Predator were really big. It was the first few years. So anyway, we got talking, and I was away, and I was like, I had to cancel my vacation, and I was like, this is not working. And you know what? Turned out to be great, because Tom Fitzgerald was the captain. He did a great job. He's the GM of the New Jersey Devil. I watched it and did a great job to read the top 10 list, which was really funny, obviously. And I remember hanging up, and my girlfriend was like, what the hell was that called? David Letterman? It's like, that's going to be a story for the ages, but I cannot make it. So it's not going to happen. And so it's, I always kind of say, hey, I turned down David Letterman, but obviously I didn't really. It was more of a situation, let's put it this way.
No regrets, though.
No regrets. I thought Tom was actually perfect in it. He's so good. It was fun to watch. Well, and it was going to be a bunch of guys. It just turned out to be him at the end.
Well, Joel, we appreciate you, spending some time with some coffee today, and we'll, I'm sure, chat again real soon.
Yeah, we will, for sure.
All right,
Thanks for the coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another episode of Coffee with Coach.